Richard had been cheating on him. So obviously he was just using me to get his own back on Richard. Yeah. I don't know. People out there. It's a problem in the gay world, isn't it? It's all mind games. It's all. I mean, the straight world's probably the straight world's not much better. I mean, there's a lot of cheating. Even when people have children, there's still a lot of cheating happening. I mean, that doesn't always solve the problem, being married, having children. I mean, I was married and I was cheated on, so being married doesn't necessarily make people more faithful. It might do for a couple of years, but eventually, if you worry about it, then eventually that'll happen. And I think that's what I've worried about my whole life, because of I think my childhood was so traumatised from my dad being ill. I'm not blaming my dad, of course I'm not, because that happened to him. That's his illness. I'm just trying to understand it from my experience, that when I was I just can't ever remember a time when I've been happy. Well, I can. I mean, I was happy in the first year of being with Aaron. So that would be 2014. I was happy in 2014. Before 2014, I think I was happy in 2013 because I was with Chris Blythe. I was with him for about 6-7 months, and I was happy with him. He treated me really nice. And I found that uncomfortable, to be honest. Very uncomfortable. It was nice, but it felt good, but it felt uncomfortable. I mean, and I think I messed him around a bit because I still had a lot of anger issues with. I was still very angry with Lee in 2013. I think. If I'm being honest, I think I was very angry still, and I think that carried over into that relationship. But I think by the time 2014 came around, I think I'd calmed down a lot, and I think I was ready. But Aaron obviously wasn't ready, because he'd come out of 2 relationships within just a few months of each other. He'd come out of a relationship with his cousin, James Johns, which he told me left him in the Christmas of 2013, the end of 2013, he left him. And then he got with Chris Bravey in March or April of 2014. And then he jumped from Chris Bravey and got with me in the May of 2014. But I didn't even know anything that he was with Chris Bravey, because I met Danny Walker, Chris Bravey and Aaron Johns at the Liberal Stars meeting. And yeah. But if Aaron thinks I'm going to just suddenly, just because he's messaged me, and if he suddenly thinks I'm going to turn around and say, "Oh, you can come back, I forgive you," this, that and the other, I don't think so. I mean, yes, I pray for him, and I'm going to pray for him for the rest of his life. And I pray for his family as well. I pray for my family, I pray for my friends, I pray for my exes, I pray for people I know. And that helps me, it gives me peace of mind, it gives me clarity, it gives me happiness. Yeah, that's what gives me happiness. So, So yeah, that's what it gives me, but I'm not interested. I mean, all he's done is bullied me. I mean, not him himself so much, but he's got his family and friends to bully me. And I'd rather be with someone else than go through all that again, all that unhappiness, all that bullying. I've had nasty messages off his new fellow, Junior, which I still haven't managed to take to Caroline because she's been off for a week. But Liberal Stars is on tomorrow, so I'm going to show the message to Catherine Crackett and see what she thinks. As Caroline said a couple of weeks ago, that she could take the message to the police because she has close connections with the police. So I need to go to Star's office to sort that out. But I've also got my mum's and my sister's birthday this week, so it's going to be really manic this week. I've got Liberal Stars tomorrow, and then I've got my mum's birthday Wednesday, and then I've got my sister's birthday Thursday. Plus I've got to go into the Stars office. So I've got a really manic week, which is good because I don't have to constantly think about the past. But it does need sorting out, really, all this. Because people shouldn't be allowed to just send me abusive messages on Facebook. I mean, I haven't even messaged Aaron, so I don't know what Junior's on about. What a funny name, Junior. Sounds like something that you see in the American films, isn't it? Junior. This is Senior President Bush, and this is Junior President Bush. But yeah. What's that noise? That might be calf downstairs. Oh, I hope I sleep tonight. I can't remember the last time I slept all through the night. I'm always waking up with nightmares, or different things, and just, This is the thing, I can't get back with him. He has to understand that I can't. I don't really care what he understands. I'm done with him. I've had enough. I think someone would have to be a complete head case to be any worse than Aaron. There'd have to be a complete head case to be worse than Aaron, because I hear the most horrible things about him. Not just see on Facebook, but I also hear the most horrible things. I hear he met up with Lee Waterhouse a few weeks ago in Worcester, and he was asking Lee Waterhouse, can he have some fun round his for a few days. And this apparently he says in front of his new fella, Junior. I couldn't believe it when Lee Waterhouse told me. I thought, oh my God, what does this Junior think of him? He must think he's the right one. And then apparently he was walking around Worcester with his thong that I bought him. Apparently he was walking with his jeans halfway down his ass, showing his thong off for everyone to see, showing his ass and thong off for everyone to see, apparently. Trump. I think there was one thing though that I had in common with Aaron. And I did notice this more when I first met him. He seemed to have a craving for love. Back when I met him in May, back when I'm... Hang on a minute. Let me get close. Back when I met him in May 2014, which is almost 3 years ago, he seemed to have a craving for love. Every time he spent a day away from me, he used to be messaging me constantly, and mind you, maybe that was more control than love, I don't know. Maybe it was me that had the craving for love, and he had the craving for control. And maybe that's how it worked so long between us, because I craved okay. So I've just realised something else about myself as well. I crave being controlled, which I find easier than being loved. So I crave being controlled, over love, which, well, no, I do want love, but I just find it really scary at the moment, and throughout my whole life I found love quite scary as well, but it's almost like a drug, isn't it, love? I mean, when you have it, it feels like you're really high, and when it's taken away, it feels like you just feel like you want to die, basically. It's like taking heroin or something. Well, I haven't taken heroin or drinking too much alcohol. It's a bit like that, really, isn't it? Yeah. And then Sean was annoying me early because he was ignoring me. Well, he started off liking my picture. He liked my picture on Instagram, and then I liked one of his pictures. And then I messaged him, and he didn't bother messaging. No, he did message me back, I think. Oh yeah, I think he did message me back, but he seems more distant, but yeah. It's a tough one, isn't it? Because he's only 18, and his family seem very, very laid back, and I think Aaron's family are the opposite. I think Aaron's family are very full on, and I think a lot of the reason that Aaron feels like he needs someone is because his family stress him out, and I can understand that, because when I grew up, my mum used to stress me out, my sister used to stress me out, and I can understand that part. And Kath was telling me that the holiday last year was very stressful as well, so she kept getting shoved over to the other caravan every morning. She wasn't allowed into her own caravan. Apparently Aaron called it his caravan, and after Kath paying, she said she paid over £200, and she's getting forced into the mum and dad's caravan every 5 minutes. She can't even spend a day in her own caravan, which I thought was really unfair. And I just said to Kath, I wouldn't have enjoyed it. It's a good job I didn't go, because I'd have been banging my head on the wall. It's a good job I didn't go to Tasha Park last year, because I'd have been banging my head on the wall. I find stress hard to deal with, and I know I'd find that very difficult, because they're such a big family that I think I'd have found it very difficult to handle.